In this video for Open Buildings Designer Connect Edition, modeling HVAC systems, we'll take a look at modeling duct accessories. Duct accessory components include breeches, caps, elbows, transitions, saddle taps, and more. Some of these components, elbows, branches, and transitions, are placed by the auto-fitting functionality of the application, but can be modeled individually as needed using the duct accessory tool. Each of the accessories have parameter properties for the configuration of that specific accessory. I'm in my model where I've got some supply ductwork modeled here. I've got my architectural file referenced. Wanted to look at a display style. So I'll come to my view 1 to the view tools here in my display styles. There's a style called modeling mechanical. What this display style does is it makes everything transparent, but we also see the outlines of everything, and things in reference files have that gray outline so that my ductwork pops out a little bit where I can see the cyan outline of this supply ductwork in my model here. I'll come up to the ribbon interface, choose the duct accessory tool from the Place Mechanical Systems group. Notice my options here. I have turned on part family, orientation, size, and shape. I have my ACS plane locks turned off. And over in the property palette, I can select my catalog item from the list here. If we look at the list, we see all the various duct accessories and how they're organized in this list here. So we see our different categories: rectangular duct fitting, access doors, round duct fittings, oval duct fittings. And then there, in this property panel catalog item list, there's always this recently used up at the top up here. I'll place a round three-way duct fitting on the end of the round duct that I've got in the model. One thing you can do with the list of catalog items is use this search function here. So for example, I'm typing in 3, and you see if I go to my round duct fittings, I'll expand rectangular and round. You see how that filters the list over here. And here's the duct fitting round 3-way that I'll place. If we scroll down in the property panel, we see our different diameters for the ends. We see our round 3-way parameters. Now, in my settings, I'll match these properties, the part family, orientation, size, and shape. So if I come out to my model, I'll get snapped on to the end of the duct here. Notice how it matches the size and the shape of the duct as I hover over. Now right here, I can rotate the fitting by activating AccuDraw. I'll click in the AccuDraw window here, and I'll type in RT. So RT means rotate right. That is a mechanical specific AccuDraw shortcut that allows us to rotate these duct accessories. So I just pressed RT again. If I continue to press it, notice how it rotates it 90 degrees. I'll go ahead and left click to accept that placement, and then a right click to end the command. And there you see the 3-way duct accessory that I attached to the round ductwork there. I'll place some rectangular ductwork here in the model. So I'll come to my duct tool in the Place Mechanical Systems group. In this case, I'll turn on my base offset. So I put it at 12 feet. Notice how I have my placement option at middle center, and the size of my ductwork will be 36 by 24. I'll change the depth over in the property panel. Turn on my locks to make sure that I'm utilizing that base offset. I'll just pick a point out here in the model, use my AccuDraw to lock the axis and place a length of rectangular duct. I'll right-click to end the command, one more right-click to completely exit, and I'll come to the Duct Accessory tool in my Place Mechanical Systems group. This time I'll place a rectangular breach. So again, I can come to my list here. I'll type in breach. There's my duct fitting rectangular breach. Once again, I have part, family, orientation, size, and shape. I'll turn off my locks as I'll let the snap point on the end of this duct determine its location. And if I get snapped onto it, I'll come over and adjust a property for the breach extensions here. So branch 1 extension, I'll put in at 10. Branch 2 extension. Notice how the preview changes as we adjust these properties. And again, I can left click to accept that point, and then a right click to end the tool. Now let's say I need to rotate it. I can manage that also by double clicking on it. That basically puts me into the modify properties tool. You see the view 8 heads up, opens up, and I can modify any of the parameters over here. But what I want to do is rotate it. I'll press F11 to make sure my focus is in AccuDraw. And again, type in RT for rotate right. You notice how the breach has rotated. Now, my width and depth, I need to adjust. So I can use RD AccuDraw shortcut, which means to swap those width and depth numbers. So notice how the breach is configured now. Let's take a look at these offsets over here. If I go to branch 1 offset, type in 10, branch 2 offset 10, and you get to see how some of these parameters are affecting the configuration of my rectangular breach. So I right click there to end the modify properties, and now I have placed this breach onto the end of the rectangular duct. I'll close my view 8, the heads up view, and let's place one more duct accessory here. I'll come back to the tool, come to my catalog item list, and this time I'll place a round takeoff to round that's conical. So I'll type in conical, and there's my duct fitting round takeoff to round conical. When we're placing things like takeoffs, I'll get zoomed into the round ductwork here. We simply snap on to the end of the duct where we want to insert this takeoff, and I see how that round duct is highlighted there. I left click to accept it, and then notice how the takeoff now is waiting for me to position it along the duct here. So I'll go ahead and left click for another data point. We see it is placed there. I'll right click to end the placement. Again, if I need to, I can double click on it. F11. RT means rotate right. I can type in RW, which means rotate left. So RW or RT, some of our mechanical specific AccuDraw shortcuts. And then once we're done, I'll right click to end the placement. Click out in space to release that selection set. Close my view 8. There you see the round takeoff that's conical. So a look at modeling duct accessories. Thanks for watching.
If you found this video helpful, please give it a like. If you want to see more such series, consider subscribing to our channel. Thank you, and see you next time.